The contestants for the May Melee tournament are known, the British Hurricane have fallen in Overwatch Contenders Europe, and the 2018 Team Gigantti Championship squad has been retired. Hello, my name is Black Widow and you're watching the Overwatch Esports Report. The qualifiers for the May Melee tournament has concluded, and to say that the winners are surprising is a little bit of an understatement. In the eastern region we saw the Shanghai Dragons beat the number 1 seed, the Philadelphia Fusion, 3-2 in a 6-map bout. Meanwhile the Chengdu Hunters remain dominant, they keep the Seoul Dynasty in the Chengdu zone, beating them 3-1 and also qualifying for the May Melee tournament. And in the western region the Florida Mayhem swept the Toronto Defiant and beat the Washington Justice, the number 1 seed from the west, 3-1 to qualify for the May Melee tournament. And the Dallas Fuel, the number 6 seed, the lowest of the western region who qualified for the qualifier tournament, not only beat the 2-time champions the San Francisco Shock 3-0, they also 3-0'd the Houston Outlaws in another version of the Battle for Texas. And at the start of the Overwatch League in 2018, who would have thought that these 4 teams would manage to make the first tournament just 3 years later? The 0-40 Shanghai Dragons, the Florida Mayhem, who did almost worse than the Shanghai Dragons in the first season, almost got beat by the Shanghai Dragons. The Dallas Fuel, who struggled under the legacy of Envious. And the Chengdu Hunters, who came in season 2 without any expectation, but they managed their specific style, their specific niche, and got all the teams in the eastern region except for the Philadelphia Fusion in the Chengdu zone. But even if you look at the rest of the qualifiers, the Washington Justice, the Toronto Defiant, they didn't have any expectation in season 2, they didn't do that well in season 2 and season 3. Sure, Washington Justice did have their magical run at the end of season 3, but honestly that was more of a meta change than anything else. And obviously Decay, who came in from the Dallas Fuel. And I know a lot has happened over the past couple of years, teams have changed a lot, but let's be honest here, Fearless was in the 0-40 Shanghai Dragons squad, but he rebuilt himself, he became better and he became one of the best and maybe the best main tank right now in Overwatch. The May Melee tournament will start this Thursday or Friday, depending on in which time zone you're in. And specifically for the European Overwatch fans, just look at the times, man, it's tough. It's tough being a European Overwatch fan right now. Blizzard has announced 2 May Melee skins, starting with the May skin. Yes, that pun was intended by Blizzard, I didn't come up with it. You can purchase the May skin for 200 League tokens until May 11th, which is next Tuesday. And the second skin was a vote, and eventually an Anna skin is going to be announced. It's the Anna Overwatch League skin in Overwatch League colors. The skin can be obtained by watching 4 hours of the May Melee tournament. The Hangzhou Spark gave a coaching update on April 26th, and Pajian, the head coach, and Noru, assistant coach, has been released by the Hangzhou Spark. Andante will be the interim head coach, and Mentalist, the former head coach for Bilibili Gaming, which is the academy team for the Hangzhou Spark, and JC Busan, a former assistant coach for the Atlanta Reign, will be the new assistant coach for the Hangzhou Spark. Pajian has announced LFT status on Twitter. He was the former head coach, for the Hangzhou Spark, but also for the successful Vancouver Titans or the Runaway Titans, and Fusion University. And now over to Overwatch Contenders Europe. Starting with the skins that you can obtain by watching Overwatch Contenders in May. Blizzard has announced that there will be less broadcasting in May, therefore you don't need to watch as much Overwatch Contenders to obtain these skins. You can obtain a Baptiste skin by watching 5 hours of Overwatch Contenders, and a Doomfist skin by watching 10 hours of Overwatch Contenders. And now for the fireworks, because the British Hurricane have been dethroned for the 2nd time in just a half year. They first lost to the New Kings in the upper bracket, then falling down to the losers bracket. They almost got relegated to Overwatch Contenders Trials by sheer cold, but they managed to beat them 3-2. But eventually Exoblivione proved to be a bit too much for the British Hurricane and lost 3-1. Eventually the New Kings were crowned, and yes, that pun was intended, the new champions of Europe. They started by beating Old and Bored, and yes, the British Hurricane, I mentioned that before they lost to Shoes Marnicrew in the winners finals. Eventually they got their revenge after beating Exoblivione in the losers finals and beat Choose Money Crew 4-1 to become Overwatch Contenders April's European champion. The 4 teams that got relegated to Overwatch Contenders Trials are Raspberry Erasers, Old and Bored, Sheer Cold, and Young and Beautiful. Speaking of Young and Beautiful, there have been some trouble in the gardens. On April 25th, just one day before the start of Overwatch Contenders, Young and Beautiful announced the departure of Ben Best. In an earlier episode of Overwatch Esports Report, we also announced that Cruz and Boombox, and Noru technically, have left Young and Beautiful. Cruz gave an explanation to that. There was a toxic environment in Young and Beautiful. To fill the gap that these players left behind, Momentum and Landon will be replacing the supports. Milkyman will be the new main tank, Shu will be the new off tank, and Autumn Souls will be a substitute support player. According to Nico, the atmosphere has improved a lot, but unfortunately they couldn't prevent relegation to Overwatch Contenders Trials. Especially for Milkyman, this is very sad because this was his swan song in Overwatch Esports. He has announced his retirement on Twitter. The retirement of Milkyman means that the entire Team Gigantti squad that won Overwatch Contenders 2018 Season 3 has retired, including Facility, which I actually made a video for if you're interested in watching. To commemorate this powerhouse team, I've made this little compilation. Enjoy.
Because there wasn't a Brigitte in the front line to get this done down like there was just there.
Beautiful protective barriers to deter some of that huge shatter coming out of Milkyman, but the result is still the same. Takes him right to the spawn entrance and the body block stops Sam from getting back in. Gigantti went good to go. Gonna jump in with Doofus. There's the interruption. Seismic slam, uppercut, no kill coming out. Deep barrier doesn't last long enough to delay the damage. First fight easily going over to Team Gigantti.
He can lay down shot after shot, and Zeppe's doing the exact same, building up. Oh no, not like this.
He's gonna roll away, roll for your life, Galanta. Gonna zone him away for even longer. They have to cover. Oh, he goes down the block. Get behind Milkman's shield this time. Grab the zone, eats him up. Well played there by Mr. Zappis. Almost having that transcendence too, but Andre from midway through.
Oh my goodness, little Bo, that's what we wanted to see. Keep the rest of the team alive. There is a shatter, beautiful ball from Milkyman. See that 180 straight up with the shield. Gigantti needs to be able to turn this one around. There will be a grab and a shatter, but self-destruct on top. Can they remove the shield? Yes, they can! 4 kills for Zappis. That is how you turn around a fight. Putting their pedal to the metal. He went past the shatter. Moses didn't know what was going on. Little Boy finds 2. Angry Titan still moving forward as David just tries to bait out the grab. He throws it in and manages to connect it. Zappis throws himself destruct as well and finds 3 kills. Anybody's leg goes down as well. Desperation shatter from Losish, but the rest of his team are already dead. Graviton goes in. It's not eaten. Self-destruct launched up. Shield removed. Transcendence coming out, but he is not going to be saved this time. And a beautiful shatter from Milkyman once again, laying 4 members just flat on their feet. They don't want to give away any free space to Gigantti. There's clinical execution straight onto Milkyman's shield, but Zoppe with the answering transcendence and eating Graviton surge. Zappis, nom 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 nom, thank you very much, only God, and that shatter from Milkyman might just seal it. Zappis and Milkyman coming up huge, Facility fighting 2 as well. Gigantti don't care what you throw at them, they will throw back and they will throw back harder. 85% on the grab for Davin, but Angry Titan's got a wealth of ult. They've got the Gigantti combo, they have the grab, they have the self-destruct, but Davin has earned himself one, and they've got 4 ults of their own. OT is here, the grab comes in, self-destruct more defensively this time, but Zappis uses the self-destruct but misses. So shielded up, Evo finds 2. 80 finally find the turnaround they need. Milkyman finds 1 in Urki, but Zappe's not done either. Bloody is going to go down as AFOG finds a kill of his own. Zappis only got trying to juggle Milkyman, who's not dead just yet. Zappe finds yet another kill, but has nowhere to run now. He's only got 1, but Little One runs back in with a sound barrier. They're going to be healthy, George. They're going to be here. Facility finds 1, finds another. Overtime is here. It's only Lucio on the point, and Team Gigantti will find the Contenders Season 3 European title.